We're here a little bit earlier than 7. Until we get our intern. Because it's easier to get in, you know, later because the doors are, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But not so much when we're just getting going. You were able to see it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mike.
You'll sit here.
Okay, cool. I was gonna put that. Is there a charger?
What do you have? An iPhone?
I have, yeah.
You could just use this one.
Oh, cool. Perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, I will go live when it's time to go live. And I will use my joysticks. So Joyce don't mind, but
You see that? You can also use this one because you'll be sitting here.
oh,
Sorry.
okay.
I should have said something, but it might be better because you'll be here. But we'll just check it out as far as power is concerned.
Okay, let me put that off for now. So that
You can just move that back when you need to. What?
okay.
Check 1, 2. Can you talk? Y'all was fixing
Yes, sir.
sounds last night. Go ahead.
Hello. 1, 2. Check. 1, 2.
Oh,
1, 2, 1, 2. Hello.
keep on.
Hello. 1, 2. Testing. 1, 2. 1, 2. Day 4.
You talk like a robot.
Day 4. Power 1089. Michael and Joy in the morning with Valerie Randolph. Now my mic is off. Good morning, Johnny. Hi, Miss Pearl. Good morning.
Is that sound coming
Hello?
out of? What is that your
What's that?
Mevo?
What's that?
No, I said is that your Mevo
No.
right there? You're not turning it on?
It is on. This is on. That's Facebook.
What? Oh, right there. Can you see the sound coming out your Mevo?
Yes, I can.
The
The levels?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
All right, talk again.
Hello. Yeah. See the green?
Too loud.
Hello. Yeah.
Okay.
Hello.
Mo, have a seat right here. Let me listen to your mic.
1, 2, 1, 2.
Hi.
What's happening? These white buttons were too high, so they pick up.
The
The
extra.
higher these are, they pick up all of the mics. It's
Okay.
like the sensitivity of the
Okay.
microphones.
Gotcha.
So
gotcha.
when people over there were talking, you can hear it through your microphone too. That's how
As
good
well.
our mics are.
Oh, wow.
So you got to turn these down. Go ahead, Mo.
Hi, my name is Mo. Hello.
You talking like Joy.
Yo.
Just count for me.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Okay.
7.
Good morning, Miss Pearl.
and Joy in the morning. MichaelAndJoy.com is the website. Got an amazing show for you today.
Yes, sir.
Just like we always do.
Yes, sir.
Day 4, bringing the heat.
Day 4.
Like them Wingstop hot wings. Wasn't that funny?
I was gonna say, yeah, sure.
Whatever.
Bringing the heat.
Hey, today is the 12th of April 2018. It kind of feels like we're still in February, to be honest with you.
Oh, woo.
When I bust that corner to walk past a little store right there, I was like, woo, where that wind come from?
Bam, in your face.
And I have on a windbreaker.
I was gonna say, yeah, it's been a while since I've seen it. Yeah, it's been a while since you've seen the whole like windbreaker suits.
I thought you were about to say, something else funny.
No, I was gonna say, because clearly you wear that often.
No, I do not.
You wear that often.
I don't wear this often. It's another one. It's a hoodie style.
Okay. You wear them both often. Like that shirt when you went back to that throwback photo. You actually had on the same exact shirt.
Who does that? Except Michael McFadden.
That was so funny. I love it.
I need to step my wardrobe game up.
I was gonna say it's all good.
I mean, you know a bunch of stylists, don't you?
Yeah, but I don't necessarily know if that's what you need.
Stylists don't give away clothes.
No, they don't. I was gonna say shout out to Historian Threads and Nyla Elise.
I can't do t-shirts all the time.
I was gonna say, well,
I
was gonna say that's actually a lie.
I do have on one of my partners' t-shirts.
You do.
Remember they came to the
Shout
show?
out to We Me. You can't teach ambition. Speaking of wearing t-shirts.
Speaking of turning the mics on.
Speaking of
But like we can't even hear nothing.
fake
You
guys.
want to do it again? Michael and Joy in the morning. Nah, we come back. We got an awesome show for you today.
What up, George?
We're going to tell everybody who's here today. All that good stuff. It's Michael and Joy in the morning. Right here on Power 108.9. Hi.
Speaking of t-shirts, you wear a t-shirt like every day.
No, not like a decorative t-shirt.
But you still wear a t-shirt every day.
Or a tank top.
No, you don't wear tank tops. Shut up. That was gonna say you.
I hope it wasn't
see the shirt. I did.
I hope it wasn't no hole in there.
It was actually one right by your belt.
Was it for us?
No, crazy. Good morning. No, of course not. Duh.
I hear some shoes.
Here go Tammy. Bam, bam, bam. Give it to him, Tammy. That ain't her. I was like, so it's, I know you said you have another guy for tomorrow, so I can make sure that I put these people on the flyer.
No, she asked me about the flowers. Like, we just doing soft promotions right now.
Meanwhile, Thursday on Michael.
No, because I don't put it on my page or the 1089 page.
Oh. So is that supposed to be something that I'm not supposed to be doing either?
Nah.
Clearly,
that has nothing to do with you.
Clearly, you didn't say anything to me about it.
Alright, let's see how we can do on time today.
Enjoy. If you get a request from me, Mondoc Pearson, that is me. Be my friend.
Okay, we back. Michael and Joy in the morning.
Let's try this again.
MichaelAndJoy.com is the website.
Let's do it.
Day 4. I think I had to move this phone because I hear that little static. You hear that static?
I do.
You do?
Mm-hmm. A little feedback.
So as we still piece together the... Oh, yeah, see it gone. You see
Working
that?
out the kinks.
That thing worked out.
It's just a little too close.
Just a little bit too close.
Little feedback. Just put it on your speaker.
What speaker?
The little speaker that looks like a light.
Oh, okay. That thing be jamming too.
It does.
Yeah, that thing be rocking. I be here at night, boy. I be turned up till the people come turn
All
down.
the way turned up.
How was your... You had a photo shoot yesterday.
Turned up. It was actually really, really good. Shout out to Splash Studios. My homegirl Kayla opened up her studio about a month and a half ago. And she's over there rocking it. Great scenery on the outside as well.
Okay.
You know, always looking for, dope spaces to be able to shoot out of.
Nice.
Pay homage and patronage to people that, that are making it happen.
Joey, for those that forget that you are a
I am
real
a
photographer, You're not a photographer no more?
I am a photographer.
Oh, okay.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
I know.
Your
I mean, that's what
dad.
started it all.
Shout out to Ed.
Shout
Ed
out
crunk
to
it up
Ed.
with his Polaroid. Ed used to shake that thing. Mo, what are you doing over
I
there,
was
Mo?
gonna say she is
I feel
over
so
here.
antsy.
I was gonna say she over here getting her stuff together.
Did we put in the email that please be careful? Michael is a little
Michael suffers from
PTSD-ish.
Yeah.
So all the additional movement will distract
Will
him.
distract him. Squirrel. I was gonna say shout out to my dad. He actually started off with a camera, gave me one when I was a child, and he actually went more into the video lane.
Oh, okay.
Which was funny because we never saw him in any photos or any video, but you always got that commentary from the background, like, "Oh, look at my baby," you know, just whatever. Go ahead, you know, which is pretty funny to be able to listen to. But yeah, Turned Up, an artist is coming out with a new single and needs some new photos. So
your
shout
dad,
out to you guys.
Your dad was like in those old 1970 videos where you heard the reel running in the background.
That would be him.
That was him.
Sky Eye Productions. He did all of that at the beginning of every video.
Jump, Joy.
Had his little piece of paper with his little logo. I mean, it was turned up back in the day with that clip art, boy. I'm just saying, like, he made that happen.
I can see Amelia walking by his scene.
Right.
Hey, girl.
Hey,
That's
girl.
my baby right
What
there.
you doing there, girl? You coming home with me, girl? It was so nasty, too.
Joy, go to the grocery store. Get some pickled pig feet and an RC Cola.
You know, the beautiful thing is we had a 7-Eleven on the corner.
There you go.
Joy, go to the 7-Eleven. I don't want nothing. Well, I do.
I do. Give me a Slurpee and a bag of salt vinegar potato chips.
It didn't tell me the flavor that's not ever in there.
And then when you come back with nothing, they be mad. That's how LaDon used to be. LaDon is my mom, by the way.
That was actually my excuse when I would stay out all night.
What you was looking for, what they wanted?
No,
Oh.
Where you been? I just walked up to 7-Eleven.
I know I told y'all the story.
Had that same outfit on yesterday.
When
No,
I
I
moved,
didn't.
I moved from DC. I used to come when I started school at Doug. Trish used to tell me, when you get home, call me when you get her home from school. I'm like, man, I'm grown.
Why would I
16
call you?
years old. What I got to call you for?
First off, you not grown. I was gonna say.
I was coming from DC, so I was kind of grown.
Right.
And then on top of that, she would say, call me when you get home. And then I'd be like, I ain't calling nobody. And then I'll walk to Greenbrier. And then she'll be like, well, why you ain't call me? Where you go? I said, I ain't go nowhere. He went somewhere. I went to Greenbrier. I was just Greenbrier.
She was just like, right, just Greenbrier. Something would have happened to your little light-skinned butt on the way to Greenbrier. I wouldn't have known nothing.
Who's the random lady walking around the studio or walking around the station? She can't get in. Is she trying to get in? Security! Security!
I actually don't think she is.
Oh. She's not trying to get in?
No.
Oh, we'll find out who
What
she
up?
is. Hey, we come back. We're going to introduce you to our first guest on the show today. And we got a whole bunch of other people that's going to be on the show today.
All the way from London.
She's from London.
What was that accent?
Michael and Joy.
It's Michael and
MichaelAndJoy.com. Wake up!
What was that accent though?
She from London.
That was horrible. That was horrible. I'm gonna need you to not ever do that again. Yeah, I don't think she was coming here.
Is this station online or?
Well,
My sister was asking.
we have our website, Power 1089, but she can watch it on YouTube. Here, I hope.
Okay, thank you.
As you like
Oh, okay, so
force it out of there. Yeah, so we're on
on YouTube.
we're
What's
on
the channel?
YouTube. Michael and Joy. I can send you the link. Is she on Facebook?
She is, but I don't think she actually actively.
Okay, I was gonna say because
And her. I was trying to find the page.
Joy, put that up there, sis.
just tired of fighting it, huh? Just go finally give in.
No, because I turned it landscape today.
I turned that
But-
landscape when you were there the other day too.
So Eddie is going to check. So Eddie is going to
Hey, Delicia.
get us some some mounts
Okay.
for the wall. So
Okay.
the Mevos can be mounted.
Okay, yeah.
And then we'll have one dedicated for our show. We'll have one dedicated for the station.
Okay.
And we just got to see where we want to put it. Mo, sit down, Mo.
Okay. Can I just put this in?
Yes,
Yes.
you can.
You live your life, girl.
Do you, boo?
Live your life. That's the song, I think.
Yeah, so it's YouTube and then just like one show. I can send you the.
I sent it.
Okay. All right. Cool.
All right. Michael and Joy in the morning. MichaelandJoy.com. We got your birthdays and shout outs coming up a little bit later on today.
Yeah.
Also, Tammy Von Nordheim is hanging out with us today. You know,
Shout
she's a
out to Tammy.
psychiatrist jump now. Like,
I was gonna say Tammy has been working hard.
Man, she be diagnosing people. Like, I'd be scared to talk to people like that. Like, between her and Dr. Tori, what? They had you crying.
About to say, speaking of Dr. Tori, I see you at 10, girl.
Talk about your insecurities and.
I was gonna say, how do you ever expect to be better if you don't talk about it?
My daddy wasn't there. Like, where did that emotion
I was gonna
come
say,
from?
you know, your daddy wasn't there.
You always was going to say.
It always goes back to a lot of issues that we had when we were kids.
That's true. That
you know?
we
That we don't
face.
ever face. We continue to grow up, so we continue to run from it. And then next thing you know, you're like, my daddy wasn't there.
You 47.
I had to ride the bus every day.
Depressed.
My sister got taken to school. That might be my brother's story.
I almost made the honor. I made the honor roll in 6th grade.
Yeah, okay.
Mo was in the
all
building.
S's.
Good morning, Mo.
Hey, hello.
Slide your microphone up a little bit for me, sis.
Whoop, whoop.
How you doing this morning?
Mo ready to.
No, you don't have to just slide it up. You don't have to.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
Good.
That yellow looks good on you.
It does. Good morning.
Good morning.
All the way from the UK? Is
Yeah,
it for,
yeah.
So when we say, like when people say, oh, you from the DMV, I correct them and be like, nah, I'm from DC.
Right.
When people say, hey, Mo, you from the UK? Do you have to correct them and be like, nah, I'm from, and you have to say the city? Mo, see, that's why we're going to have a problem at right there.
So to say, she has to be very, very specific and say that she's actually from London. Is that what you?
Well, I
what you
live
said?
in London.
Oh, okay.
So
So how does that work?
I live in London. I didn't grow up in London.
Okay.
So when people ask me where I'm from, I'm like, I'm Nigerian, but I live in London.
Oh, okay.
Is that typical?
No, because you get people that maybe are Nigerian by origin,
Mhm.
but they grew up in London, so they'll say they're from London.
Okay.
For me,
Gotcha.
it's a little bit different.
So I was about to ask you, you Nigerian. I was about to ask you where you're going to go to the wedding, but I guess you could really care less about the royal wedding.
Oh, I got an invitation, but I already am booked up that day.
Can you give it to Joy and I?
It's too late to
I was gonna
change.
say actually it's just one person and not.
She looked like it was really too late to change it.
It probably is. You know when you were messing with President Obama, if you had clearance to go to something or invitation, you literally had to like RSVP months in advance so they can check your Facebook and your social media and make sure you're not crazy. Deanna.
I got invited to a meeting yesterday and it was a lunch and learn, but I got invited like 2 weeks ago. And then they sent the final email. It was like, hey, you got 30 minutes to put in your food order for the lunch and learn. I was like, oh, hold on, I missed that one. Because I'm always there when there's some food.
I know you are.
Why are you hanging out with us today? What you got going on?
What do I have going on? So, I'm here in Atlanta, which I come to quite a bit. Can you? Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm here in Atlanta. I have family here. I come to
Okay.
quite a bit. So, I met Joy a few days ago.
Literally Friday.
Yes, a few days ago, and we just got talking. I was talking about some of the stuff I do, and she's telling me what she does. So
Okay.
she thought it'd be good for me to come in and hang out.
Yes.
Hang out with us today.
Because
That's
Mo
awesome.
is a musician.
Oh, okay. That's what
Playing
you do.
playing that down real
I
low.
know. What you doing? Wait till the end of the show to say, "Oh, I'm a musician." You're like,
Actually,
okay, it's
By
time
the
to
way,
go.
bye.
Thank you. But no, we glad you are hanging
as
out
you
with
play
us
the
today.
music.
Yeah, you're leaving the show. Thank you very
Oh,
much.
by
Mo,
the way.
for hanging out with us. Hey, check this out. I don't know if you guys heard. I'm sure y'all did, but Mark Zuckerberg has spent a lot of time on Capitol Hill. As a matter of fact, 10 hours, and he was grilled by over 100 lawmakers.
Wow.
Now, here's the crazy part. Y'all know they say that he, was trying to sell our stuff and blah, 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 blah. But that's not the funny part. The funny part is when Twitter begins to get involved because the memes started flowing after Zuckerberg finished his congressional hearings. One of my favorite was one of the memes said, Mr. Zuckerberg, can you change Snapchat back? My granddaughters won't stop complaining.
No.
Also, what's Snapchat? Because you think about all the old lawmakers in there. Another one said, hey, Mr. Zuckerberg, a magazine I recently got came with a floppy disk offering 30 hours of free of something called America Online. Is that the same as Facebook?
Can you help me out with that?
Also, somebody said, man, I feel bad for Zuckerberg because there's no way he left that room full of old people without having to set up their Wi-Fi. And last but not least, one of the cats said, Mr. Zuckerberg, will you kindly explain to the Senate why my grandson won't add me back on Facebook?
No,
so
actually.
He got all the questions in there about his social
Well, that
media.
was what was so funny when the guy mentioned haters. It was like, what? What do you have?
Right.
Haters? Yeah, I just updated my status right now while we've been sitting in here.
So Zuckerberg really at the end of his hearing said, yeah, I know, I got tens and tens of billions of dollars. I could really care less what y'all
I was gonna say, I'm not selling your information. They got mine too.
Right. They got my social too. My credit bag. We come back, we talk more with Mo. Tammy Bonds in the building.
Whoop,
It's
whoop.
Michael LaJoy in the morning. Michael LaJoy, that guy. Wake up.
Good thing I got cash. That's what he said. Hey, Teramus. I'm driving to work. About to lose my mind.
Who's driving to work?
His internet brother-in-law. Hey, Tasha. What did he say? Hey, Fred. The radio won't even go to 1089.
Oh, he tried to do it. It worked.
He said I'm in the car going crazy. I bet he is. Hey, Pizza. Good morning. It's this. It keeps the mic keeps So I was just sitting there thinking, I see this screw right
Nah,
here.
it's just got to turn. This is loose.
Oh. Yeah, I'm good, Michael. I don't want it like that. Hey, Orlando. Hey, Tori.
Sit in that
Hey,
chair. I'm
Mike.
gonna bring you back up. I'm gonna bring the other two guests in. We're gonna meet those other two guests because they got a lot of people too. But I'm gonna let them.
Who was on the other
line
two?
out there. Tammy. Just sit right there in that chair.
I didn't think she came in because I didn't see her. Whoop, whoop. Oh, look how cute. I love this photo.
Yeah.
She over here playing it down, boy. And yes, I'm just from London.
I'm just from London.
And I just met Joy the other day. Meanwhile, she got 2 whole CDs. Destiny. That's a good photo. Yeah, when you sent it, I was like, that is a great picture. I'd be like on it when it come to photos. And then Tammy, who is about to come in too, she does photography as well. But she is working on, she has this called A Girl in a Glass. That's her nonprofit. Okay, so just okay. Why was she looking like that when you're talking about her? Good morning.
Did you want your family to come watch or they good?
That's somebody else. That's not. I thought they were.
We thought they were
you guys.
You guys too.
Oh, y'all in together?
Kennedy, the little girl.
Oh,
That is one of our
Did you need
guests.
them in here first?
No.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
I thought y'all would
Yes.
That's what be happening sometimes when people come in together. I be assuming that everybody together.
Okay. Oh, the flowers are nice. Thank you. Did y'all bring those for
No,
us?
we did not take
Well, about that. Good morning. How you doing? I got you, Tim.
How much is it?
There's 7.
Okay.
I was gonna say anything.
Michael and Joy in the morning. Michael and Joy.com. Tammy Vaughn's in the building.
Get.
What up, Tammy Vaughn?
Hey, how are you?
How's that knee doing?
Knee is working. It's trying to get back to normal.
So what you do? You come in and start passing out money?
There was an offering plate that went around that you missed.
Hold on, there you go.
Yeah, you know, I had to buy my way onto here.
I'm about to say, is that how you got on the show?
It is.
No, not
Joy,
at
you
all.
charging?
Not at all. Not at all. Not because she booked it through you.
Mo, how much you pay, Mo? Okay, she's trying to be quiet. She has a NDA, non-disclosure.
That's right. That's right.
Welcome to the show, Tammy. Tammy, we were just talking about you. You're a photographer as well.
Right.
Actress.
Right.
Mom, wife,
Yes.
fitness guru until the accident
Exactly.
that happened when you were sober,
Oh.
mind you.
Exactly.
Yes.
Sounds working out.
We were recently watching you on social media and your Facebook Live, and you were testing and you were studying and doing all your things, and that was for a reason, because now you are an official, what do we call you? Not a crazy doctor, but...
Really? I'm working as a therapist. I'm actually doing my intern.
Okay, you're doing your intern now.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yes. So I'm going to grab
It's
one
levels.
of those. Yeah.
She can start with you, Michael.
Well, I'm gonna grab a piece of aluminum foil and put it over my head so she can't read me. That don't work.
I don't know. She might still be able to read you.
Exactly. Like an open book.
Yes, yes.
How's the transition? You enjoying it so far?
Oh, I'm loving it.
Good.
I'm absolutely loving it. And I am with an amazing person. She has her private practice. Her name is Constance Cromartie.
Yeah.
And it's Constance Cromartie Counseling Services. She's an LPC, licensed professional counselor, just, breaking it down for you. But,
not LBC, like the Long Beach crew where
No.
Snoop Dogg was from.
No,
Okay.
no. But yeah, I'm having a great time. This is exactly what I wanted to be doing.
Okay. When did you realize that? Was that something growing up?
7th grade.
Really?
Wow.
Yes, 7th
So
grade.
all the other things were passions, loves,
You know what? All the other things came naturally too.
Mhm.
I watched people on television, and I said, you know what? I could do that. I want to do that, and it kind of just fell in place. I started with pageants, and that moved into being noticed for modeling and covers of boxes and all that other good stuff. And then photography kind of just fell into my lap too. But I was always taking pictures. I just wasn't charging for them.
Yes.
And I know Michael's trying to hurry me up here.
I
know how that
You're
works.
conscious.
But I've always wanted to be a therapist, and
Okay.
so I went to school, and I've just been slowly chipping away at it, and I finally got there.
Yeah, well, congratulations.
Yes.
That's pretty awesome.
Constance, good
Good
morning.
morning.
Tell us about yourself.
Well, I'm Constance L. Cromartie, and I have my LPC since 2011.
Okay.
I moved down to Georgia from Virginia. I
Okay.
started my practice in Virginia.
VA?
Yeah.
What part of Virginia?
Charlottesville.
Charlottesville,
Oh, okay,
yes.
in the mountains.
The home of President 45.
Yeah.
Favorite people.
I
Just teasing. I just teasing.
about that.
Well, congratulations. How did you start?
Oh, well, I had gone to through my undergrad program in a history program, and then I decided after a few years that I wanted to do something with counseling, and so I took a few classes at UVA and decided that I wanted to go ahead and get my master's degree in counseling, and I love it. I love the program, and I love what I do ever since.
And it takes a special person as a counselor, doesn't it? Like some of the traits that you guys have.
Absolutely, you have to care about people.
There you go.
That's the reason why we're doing radio. No, I'm just joking.
And we're going to be talking now a little bit later on about the therapy program, a 6-week program that you guys are starting.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about it.
Yes, it's a suicidal ideation group sessions. We have 6 weeks going on for it, and they will be ongoing. So 6 weeks, and then a break, and then more 6 weeks. And I have a certification in suicide prevention. So Tammy and I want to facilitate this new group sessions for teens and another group for adults for helping to prevent suicide.
Got you. I just couldn't pronounce ideation. That's why I let you say that word. Hey, when we come back, we're going to talk about the program, talk more with Tammy Vaughn. Constance in the building. Mo is in the building. Mo seems like she can't sit down. Mo, we love you to
They
death,
got her
Mo.
over here working.
Right. It's Michael and Joy in the morning. MichaelandJoy.com. Wake up.
Whoop, whoop. I found you. Constance was trying to hide on Facebook. I had to put that L in there. Good morning. I was going to say, somebody gave that's Valerie. Oh, this is their key. I'm doing good. I was gonna say if you needed to use this. Huh? Oh, girl, who knows?
Good morning. Good. How are you? I'm Tammy.
Tammy, Valerie, Mo, Constance, Valerie.
Hi.
Do. I'm not sure whether or not Michael went to go get another chair. I know we're actually supposed to get this table taken out so that we can have a couple more chairs over here. You know, it's week 1, so we working it out.
Yes, I'm so excited for you guys. I
Yes,
love this
thank
space.
you guys. Thank you. Okay, so April 17th. Oh,
I'm talking about what we standing up.
you might have to go to Spaces.
Start on that side. I'm gonna let them talk this next break, and then we'll bring you down and give you a seat. Okay.
Okay, no problem.
Mo, we need a studio intern, producer.
Okay. So you gonna jump
You
on?
be back tomorrow?
Okay. What time?
6:45.
6:45. Yeah. Okay. Monday's Friday.
Monday to Friday. But just tell me the days you can commit. I'm just
Every day.
You good?
She was just like, so about that.
You good?
Constance Martinez. Just tell me the days you can commit, and I'll send you the link to the YouTube video as well.
Okay, sounds good.
Michael and Joy in the morning. MichaelandJoy.com. Shout out to the Valerie Randolph of the Randolph Agency. Y'all know y'all can check her out Monday through Friday and Saturday. If you call and set up an appointment, you can see her live and in person over at that Allstate right there on Windy Hill Road.
Bust that.
Bust that left off of Windy Hill, go down 1.7623 miles. Her office is right there on the right hand side. If you get to that golf course, guess what? You went too far. There was that U-turn. She right there. She's in the building looking as blue as possible. What up, Valerie?
Hey, Michael.
Hey, Valerie Randolph. Constance in the building. Tammy Vaughn Nordheim is in the building. Tammy Vaughn, you German?
No, I'm not German.
I was say, Tammy, how many times have you been on now? Or he asking you that crazy
Exactly.
No.
Michael's got jokes.
Yeah, you know I do, full of them. Suicide. What is the word? I'm sorry.
Suicide
Ideation therapy group. Because we've been hearing a lot about suicide in the past, and unfortunately, recently.
About to say, press the mute button.
I know, I had it set up at first. Why is my camera on though?
I don't know, just press the mute button.
Okay,
So we've heard a lot about suicide and suicide prevention, and then we've also heard that there are so many people that are going through it that end up turning to that.
Completing.
Yeah, and
Completing
actually,
the process.
yes. I mean, what can we do, and how do we know when the symptoms are there to step in and help?
There is a program that is a mental health first aid that can really help people who are lay people to identify the signs and symptoms of someone who may be going through some suicidal ideation, thinking about suicide. But a lot of times people who have deep depression, a lot of anxiety, they could have school issues, family issues, and it can turn into this hopelessness. And when it turns into hopelessness, then we start to see those signs get deeper and stronger, and that could lead to suicide ideation.
That word you just said, hopelessness, is probably one of the biggest keys. Unfortunately, I had a real good friend of mine. Her daughter killed herself in Washington, D.C. She was bullied. She was 13 years old. And you just think, like, at 12, 13 years old, how does a child get to that word, hopelessness?
Exactly.
Yes, they feel in despair that no one cares, and then they just start to turn inward their anger, their depression, and then they feel like they're better off not being here.
So I have a question, because yesterday we had a lady that came on, and she was talking about, shout out to Lady Joy, she said that she, Miranda, she wrote a book about her relationship with her daughter, and she was just saying how she just kind of like overdid it. You know, as far as, just being aware of where she was, going on field trips with her, going up to school all the time, so is there a balance, or is it better to over love your child if that kid is possible?
Well, I don't know if over-loving is possible, but you do want to find balance with what works for the parent and the child.
Okay.
A lot of times parents tend to do what they assume is best for the child, but not really talking to their children about what the child wants as
Okay.
well. So there has to be a lot of open communication.
Okay.
And the key word is communication. It's
Yeah.
it's listening, it's communication, and it's also recognizing the signs that, you know, give way to, okay, this person is starting to feel hopeless, and then talking to them about it so that you can you can recognize the signs so that you can do something to prevent them getting to that point of no return.
Now, what about the person on the other end that has to witness, not necessarily watch and witness, but have to go through it? Because honestly, this is from what I can remember. I know this is the second time that I had someone so close to in the fam that committed suicide with my niece per se and my stepdad. He went through the same thing after my sister's passing. I guess after my sister passed, he felt that level of hopelessness that he was no longer needed, and he took his own life. But for us as the kids, and we see this, are we in jeopardy?
Well, essentially, you have to be careful because if a suicide does happen in a family, then there is a potential for other suicides to happen in that family. So that is a bigger risk factor. So you do want to be careful about that. And when someone starts to see that someone is isolating themselves, they're falling into a deep sadness or depression, that's when they want to reach out to therapists like Tammy and myself and to get help. And these groups, the suicidal ideation groups and suicide prevention and mental health first aid, all of those things are there to help people who are feeling that struggle and that they have not started to do the things to harm themselves. So we want to catch it early.
There you go. Tell us about the therapy group and when and where and how we can do this.
Tammy, you want to talk about it a little bit?
Okay, sure. So the suicidal ideation therapy group begins this Tuesday, April the 17th. We have 2 groups scheduled. We have a teen group that's from 6:30 p.m. until 7:30 p.m. And then we have an adult group that's from 7:30 p.m. until 8:30 p.m. And these are going to be small, intimate groups. They're going to be confidential. We will probably have no more than 10 people just to make sure that, you know, we are able to really focus intensely on the people that are there. And it's really important for people, if they have experienced someone else completing suicide or attempting, it's really important for them to talk to someone about that, because they may not realize that they've internalized a lot of that anguish and that pain and that fear, and it will continue to develop until they don't have any control over it. So even if you don't think that you're affected, it's important to at least go see someone once or twice just to kind of discuss talk about it, make sure, and then we can give you the tools that you need to help get past that.
Congratulations and thank you guys very much. Hey, for more information, you can visit the website, the CCC website, Constance Kennedi counseling.com, or you can just go to michaelandjoy.com and check out the website. If y'all want me to spell it for you, I can. Constanc. That's my sister's name.
Yeah.
Constance. That's why I know how to spell it.
Okay. Well, what about the last one?
CrematiCounseling.com. That's it right there. Michael Joy in the morning. We'll be right back. Valerie Randolph, you up?
I'm here.
It's gonna say.
Question for you guys. Because I have Constance.
Yes.
And Tammy.
Yes.
I have some very dear friends who experience their child going through a suicide attempt.
Yes.
And very exhaustive process, as you can imagine.
You need your phone?
And from a legislative standpoint, they've been trying to do some advocacy work in the area of suicide prevention. And what we found in Georgia, that there's not much support from a legislative standpoint in regard to suicide prevention. Have you all made any headways as far as?
Well, there's a suicide prevention SPAN, Suicide Prevention Action Network, I think it's called, Georgia SPAN, and we actually were at the Capitol. We had a lobby day at the Capitol not too long ago where we actually went around and passed out information about suicide prevention and suicides, and so there is action going on, but the stigma, I mean, there's stigma of mental illness just across the board. So there's going to be stigma for suicide.
Yeah.
So it's hard to get people to actually talk about it. And so, but there is, like I said, we are, talking to legislators, but
Especially like for teens. Like people who are under the age of 18 getting support for them here in Georgia. Like she had to go to California.
oh really?
Yeah, to try and
There are like, in the schools. There are
He's
support.
over there.
You want me to get up?
Valerie, you come over here.
Yeah, okay.
You need me to get up?
Yeah, we're gonna
I'm
take
gonna
a
take a
photo.
picture.
Oh, okay. But reach out to me.
I
can connect to.
I will. I'm gonna have her connect.
Okay. My office is in Roswell.
Okay.
Well, we're gonna bring you back up. You got some music we can play too? You sing right there.
But I'm willing to
And
go
you can
anywhere.
email to us.
I'm willing to travel.
Well, they're probably here. They're in the Smyrna
They're not
area.
gonna rock.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
She was like, what?
No, I'm thinking about whether it's on that phone.
I understand. No, it's the first time I wore this jacket.
Do something. And I'll send them to you.
All right, thanks. Here you go. Thank you, guys.
No problem.
But I would definitely give her your information.
Be right back.
I didn't bring a business card, but you can take these cards
Yeah,
there,
so you can
and
cover it on the
and this
website.
is my website here.
Okay.
So, yeah, but definitely have her call me or contact me. She can contact me through my site as well, or
Okay.
reach me by team.
Oh, I will. Yeah.
Whoop whoop, hey Kathy.
Just my name.
Yeah, Span, Georgia is a good place to do some checking to see what they're doing. They pass out information. Fulton County has a task force. We have a wellness task force that I'm a part of that really
Tell me to write all the
focuses
needs.
more on suicide than anything else. And so,
She's like, that's my
so
signature.
I
is
know, right?
interested.
You know what?
She
You
can
might want to
check
hold
out
on to that for a while, cause
Johns Creek Mental Health
Where's
Task
our paper
Force.
towels?
Yeah, has a task force.
Once we,
tell her to
But,
pin.
which one?
This one, cause look, it's fake.
I'm just gonna have her connect with you.
Yeah, you tell me one.
Yeah.
Well, people, when you bring
Valerie,
that
you
up,
know when you post and you only sharing it to one person?
tell me once we get up and running
Okay.
and
I was like, I don't know who Brian Prince is, but it was only
we'll bring you
sharing
guys
to
back
him.
up.
I just did that because I was trying to share something specifically
Oh, okay,
to
okay,
her.
okay.
Oh, but turn that off
I
because
did,
I didn't know
I
it.
changed.
Okay, thank you.
Cause I was about to go live for you.
Oh, thank you. I was like, why didn't I go live?
I was like,
Yeah,
I didn't know if you.
No,
I
the other
understand
night.
why you did it.
Yeah,
I just
but I
wasn't
just
sure.
messed it up totally, huh?
Well, no, I didn't know if you wanted everything from here on out to be shared
No.
specifically with him.
So how were you able to get it?
I went to I logged you into the web to the internet. Is it on?
Girl, fix it, cause you know I don't know.
Oh, it's on for sure.
Come.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hi, Kitty. How are you, sweetie?
I love that jacket, Kennedy.
You know what? Thank you for coming in and standing back here. Kennedy, you sit
Yeah,
right
we'll
there
just
in the
close the
chair.
door. Good morning. Come on. Yeah, so.
Yeah, that's you right there.
So here we go. And if you need to, if you want to, you can put your phone on. Valerie, whenever.
And then watch the glass behind your back.
The glass behind. Okay. You know how to get into it. I wrote it already.
You did already wrote it? Okay, good.
Yeah, so all you gotta do is just push the button. Just make sure you talk.
Michael and Joy in the morning. MichaelandJoy.com is the website. Got an awesome show for you today. Shout out to Valerie Randolph.
It's gonna say it's a lot going on.
Let me
Congratulations
And Michael.
to Tammy Von Nordheim and Constance Cromarty for collaborating together to focus on suicide prevention, because it's definitely necessary.
Valerie Randolph is back. Did you walk over Valerie?
Oh, yeah.
I was gonna say, because we are that close.
I bet you that Benz was right outside.
Walk right with
There you go. That's
Yes,
what I'm talking about. I saw
yes.
you coming by.
Come on.
And your heels. How you been?
About
We ain't seen you in 30 days.
Oh, yeah. I've been missing you all.
Yeah. I saw you walking the poodle.
The poodle.
Not the poodle. What
The
kind of dog you got? The Yorkie.
Yeah.
She
Yorkie
said, no,
poodle.
there is a difference.
Same thing.
The personalities are totally different.
Terrier.
Yeah, it's totally different.
Can you believe it's April already?
No, I was just saying that the other day. I'm like, what's going on? I go in my office at 8:30, 9 o'clock, and then the next thing I know, it's 3 o'clock.
Right.
What's going on, Michael?
I have
So
no
say you
idea.
better get your life together, that's for sure.
I tell you, time is a winding down.
How you like the new spot?
I love it.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
we're gonna make it official today, since Randolph is here. Valerie Randolph is here. This is officially the Randolph Agency studio. That is official. Because of all your continued support to Michael and Joy, the folks over at Power 1089 have decided that no other partnership would be best except with the Randolph Agency. So
I was gonna say, just go ahead and give a speech, Valerie.
Yes.
I'm just so humble. I'm so you know, when I was walking from the garage over here, and I just had to take it. I had to take it in.
You had
And
to
I'm
take
like,
it in.
Ooh.
You was like, it's so nice.
Yes, yes.
The lights.
Yes. I said, Michael and John.
Well,
So pretty.
well, the execs at Power 1089 said they need some new chairs too, Randolph Agency. So they're gonna give you a call a bit.
Oh, okay. I need one too.
She was just like, speaking of that,
Don't
actually
put it in the
get
budget.
3 of them.
Right.
What's been going on in the insurance world? Any big changes that people should know about?
Exciting things. I mean, people are calling the office, and I'm so excited because they're calling about life insurance, Michael.
Hello.
You know,
Amen.
not just what I see, but I want to take care of what I leave behind.
Amen.
That's so
So the message is getting across.
Yes, Michael and Joy. It's
Michael and Joy.
it's getting across.
Yes. Stay listening.
Yes.
So say, Michael, is my mic on? Because
No,
you
it
know
is.
you be playing sometimes.
No, it is. I was over here trying to fix the
Uh-huh.
sound broadcaster because I thought I had a little applause, but I guess it didn't work.
We got applause in the background. It was like you need claps, just let us know.
That's not what I was going for. But congratulations to you. And I didn't know you had a daughter, Valerie.
I didn't either, but I'm so happy.
Shout out to Kennedy.
Good morning, Kennedy.
Good morning.
How are you today?
Good.
Good. How was spring break?
Good.
What y'all do over spring break? Anything super duper exciting?
Yes.
What y'all do?
We went to Tennessee.
Oh, nice.
I like Tennessee.
Nice.
Tennessee.
Did y'all have a good time?
Michael, did you see my daughter's necklace and her jacket?
And I was gonna say she is a fan of pink.
Oh.
I was like, come on, K-Lock.
Tell us a little bit about yourself, Kennedy.
I sell baby dolls. One of their names is Sugar Bear.
Oh,
Nice. Can we see Sugar Bear, please?
She was like, I don't want to give her up. She's
How
so
did you
cute.
start this?
Because someone took me from my school, so I made it baby dolls.
I was gonna say, so we
I love it. And she is beautiful.
Yes.
And this is Sugar Bear?
Yes.
Oh, man. Do you have other Sugar Bears?
Yes.
How many dolls total?
4.
4.
Uh-oh.
All different names?
Yes.
Okay, so you have Sugar Bear. Who's the other?
Safani, Samaya, and Saray.
I
Nice.
like it. I was gonna say, do they all start with S?
Well, you just
Yes.
heard that, didn't you?
I was gonna
You tried to
say, I mean,
something?
no, I mean, you know, you could change up some stuff or whatever.
Now,
know.
did you do her outfit too? You picked out the outfit? Or did mom and dad do that?
Do all of that? She was just like,
You
I
did
did all
all.
of it.
Yeah.
Did you picked out all their outfits, didn't you?
Now, honestly, she's beautiful. I love her hair. Her hair is gorgeous. But in the outfit, do y'all make this like in a men's like medium? No, it's
No.
not. It won't come in a men's medium.
She was just like, you don't think that would look good on him? What you think, Kennedy?
Nah, she said nah. So how are your friends? How are they? You know, super duper popular in school. You signing autographs because now you're an entrepreneur. Yeah, nice. I'm gonna need to get your autograph too. Okay. Now, for people that want to buy one, because we do have like birthdays coming up, and we definitely want to put some of these in the studio for some of our guests. Like Valerie has 19 kids.
I was gonna say,
So
and
we
I
can get
feel
her
like
a lot.
Valerie had a doll collection.
Yeah, somewhere.
Yeah, I want a Pinkalicious.
Tell us how we can get one of these.
You can go on my website, K-Lock Products.
Okay. K-Lock Products. How old are you?
KLockProducts.com.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about. Can I get some data?
She was like,
Now,
hi.
what we're going to do is we're going to send everybody to the website to check out the dolls. We're going to talk more about the dolls when we come back, because I got to go to a commercial, okay?
I was gonna say,
Can you take us to a
and
commercial?
your necklaces.
Can you take us to a commercial? Say when we come back, we got more with Michael and Joy in the morning.
We have more with Michael and Joy. Bye.
Hey, we'll be right back.
Bye. Hey Roger, hey Cyrus, good morning. How are you? Hey Kathy. Yes, K-Lock, but just KLOCK products.com, right? Okay.
K-Lock Products. KLockProducts.com.
Oh, there you go.
Oh.
Michael, that clap is late.
Right. Exactly.
So listen, Kayla, can we get a Pinkalicious? Since we like pink so much. Yes.
I know, I asked about that.
I
It's
want
the
one.
necklaces too. Yes.
This is a magazine.
This beautiful doll. Don't you think she just be beautiful in pink?
Look at
Hi,
that.
Spencer. How you doing this morning from Atlantic City?
I was gonna say, there go your pink.
I love it. Love it. And the pink shirt. Oh my goodness, a girl after my own heart. Yes.
Give me my car back. So you got your own car.
I got my own car.
Give me my car.
You all see these beautiful dolls. Now, if we have a young lady
I know that's right. Break it down.
Michael and Joy in the morning. Michael and Joy that
Whoop,
kind.
whoop.
I'm hanging out with Kennedy. Kennedy's in the building. Kennedy, you talked about how this whole brand started for you, and you mentioned your dad. He came to your after school and couldn't find you. What happened?
Someone took me from my school because there was two Kennedys, but they just picked me because they thought I was the Kennedy that they were looking for.
I know you're super duper scared, weren't you? Yeah. Is that how the necklace came about?
Yes.
Okay. Tell us about the necklace.
It has your name, your school, and your parents' information.
Okay.
Ah,
So just in
super
case,
smart.
yeah, they can find you. We might need to get Joy one of those. Can you make her one? Because sometimes she gets lost in the building.
I do get lost.
She says, "I'm Joy from Michael and Joy. I don't know where to go. So can we hook her up?" Okay, thank you.
Kennedy, don't fall for that. I do have a necklace. Your mom and your dad have a necklace waiting for me.
Oh, for real?
I
didn't get one.
No.
So
They knew that you didn't like pink.
no, but you know I wear 2 chains. I can wear 3 chains. Ain't that right, Kennedy?
He's like, yes.
Get this man away from me, please.
Yes.
Please. Well, we wish you much success,
We
Kennedy,
sure do.
and thank you
Yes.
for creating the awareness, especially with the necklaces and the beautiful dolls. We really have to. I got to get Chloe one of the dolls.
Oh
so
no,
we gotta
definitely. I was
get
gonna
Chloe
say,
a
you
doll.
definitely got to find a way to continue to support you. The website is KLock, KLOCK products with the S.com. Shout out to you, Kennedy. So
Now, is that
excited.
your brother with you? Yeah, your brother. He has a necklace too.
Oh, that's your color. I was about to say Bridget.
So I can get a bracelet. I mean, I can get a necklace then, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I'm talking about. Thank you.
So they got them for girls and for boys.
Yep.
Congratulations to you, Kennedy, for bringing awareness to the fact that this happens. I mean, you wouldn't assume that someone would be able to go into a school and walk out with the wrong person.
And now you are here with
And now
us. So
you're
shout out to
bringing
you. You're
awareness.
gonna sign our wall for us before we go, and we're gonna get some dolls from you as well. All right. Shout out to you, Kennedy. Plug that website one more time. No, say your website. I'm sorry. I'm all radio.
K-Lock Products.
K-Lock Products. That's what I'm talking about. .com.
Ah,
Don't forget the .com.
don't forget the
Hey, we
.com.
got that. We got more.
Yes.
Thank you, Kennedy.
Let me see that doll. Let me see Sugar Bear. Hey, Brandy, look at Sugar Bear. Look how cute she
Now, I'm just
is.
saying.
And she got her necklace.
Do you all understand that
Amen.
this young lady's 8 years old?
8.
She
Whoop,
has
whoop.
created her
Come on,
own
Kennedy. We're gonna
product.
take a picture, okay?
So
We're gonna take a picture.
that means you 28, 38, 48,
Ooh,
58,
Valerie, don't
58
do it to her
people,
like that.
you know, you cannot say it cannot be done. You can do it as well. And then, once you start making $2, call the Randolph agency. So we can
And then, call the Randolph
Soft plug in
agency.
there
Come on, Kennedy.
somewhere.
And then, call the Randolph agency. You got it? All right, well then you hold it.
It's happening here at Michael and Joy in our new space. And it's apropos. It's called Spaces. Beautiful. You all just need to come to the area, ride by, wave, you know.
All right, now make a silly
Because
face.
we're here making things happen. Hey, Michael Mitchell. Hey, James Stalling. How you all doing this morning? Thanks for waking up with me this morning. Now, Michael and James,
We'll
you
send
all
them- we're
have
gonna make
to
sure we
call me
send them to
about
you.
your insurance needs, so I'm awaiting, okay? Let me compare what you have. If I can't help you, I won't hurt you, okay? And you do know me.
Valerie, hit the space bar for me.
Okay, now he wants you to sign your name. Come on, girl. She was like, since I'm signing autographs anyway.
Ooh, I feel like I know what I'm doing. Michael asked me to hit the space bar. Yeah, it's some wonderful things going on in here. Okay.
Thank you, Kennedy.
Is she on
Keep
break
up the
right
great
now?
work, okay?
Oh,
Right,
okay.
time to go. It's time to go. Thank you, Dad.
Oh.
Thank you so much. Thank you guys. And we're
Well,
gonna-
congratulations.
Thank you.
I was gonna say, and
Nice
I'm
to
sure-
Nice to meet
We
you.
definitely want to get,
But I do want to let it go. So
just let us know. Can you order them online and then
Yes.
Okay, yeah, I got a couple people that need to see more of us. Girl pie.
Oh, okay.
You ready to school today?
See, she is featured in Teen Boss. You all, wow.
You want to go? Rachel would be like, Mama, we already missed the first
When your
part.
children start asking you about tennis shoes and
No
special
problem.
outfits
You're
and stuff
welcome.
like that, you need to encourage them to make a business so they can earn their own money.
I know that's
You
right.
know,
Pay
we
for
gotta
their
do
own
this kind of
college.
stuff. We can't just keep giving
They come.
these
They
kids.
gonna come in.
We gotta
Did you see Marcia?
encourage them to
Coming in.
do some earned income.
I can't find you one.
Talk to Valerie and then we'll put
What's
you
up,
back
Mike?
up.
I'm an intern.
What's up, Mike?
Oh, thank you. Come on in.
You'll sit right here. These over here. In that chair right there.
All kinds of advocacy for entrepreneurs and everything is
find her
working
on
in the station this morning. This is
I mean, you know, without.
times in the world.
Can I tag you so you can see the video?
Michael and Joy in the morning, though.
What do you want me?
You can tag my name Helen, H-E-L-E-N.
So we're over in the bathroom.
And
You know,
B-O-H-A.
Brave Stadium.
Oh,
Wonderful
okay.
complex over here. Things going.
We back. You remember that? You remember that? We back.
We back.
We back.
We back.
Michael and Joy in the morning. MichaelandJoy.com. Shout out to Valerie Randolph, the Randolph agency in the building. And did you know that on this day in 2012, Candy Crush was released on
Ain't
Facebook?
that about a mess? That's my paper.
Candy Crush. Y'all know, I'm sure y'all got played Candy Crush during the day, Valerie, especially in the office.
I don't know what you talking
Oh,
about.
y'all was playing solitary on that old computer. Y'all
I don't
had.
think it's called solitary.
Oh, what is it
I
called?
was gonna say,
Solitaire,
it's got
right?
an E at the end.
What is it? Solitary?
No, it's solitaire.
Solitaire. Look at Mo back there. She wanna be a part
Producer,
of the
that's
show
she,
now.
that's she producer.
Right.
Jump on in. What she got you? She hit you with a It's an E.
That's okay. That's okay.
Solitaire.
But shout out to Valerie Randolph, and thank you for your partnership as always, Valerie. We're not talking to you a whole lot today. None of our contributors got to talk this week, but we're just happy to see you.
I'm special.
Well, we know.
Okay.
We know we're gonna have you call Tammy Vaughn Nordheim after the show.
Speaking of
Did you
special.
read that? Valerie, how long you been doing this, Valerie?
Oh, since September 1989.
Nice. I think, did I graduate? Yeah, I was graduated by then. You've been doing that for a long time.
Been a long time.
And for those that may be new to Power 1089 and first time listening, tell us a little bit about your story and how you got into owning your own Allstate Jump.
Well, actually, at the time, I was a manager with a hotel corporation. And after seeing that I was continued to be passed over because the direction of the corporation at the time was that people of color could only advance in housekeeping and food and beverage. And neither one of those things were my aspirations.
I definitely couldn't see you in either one.
And
Housekeeping!
No. Housekeeping! Right.
But anyway, I was in charge of getting hotel insurance companies to do business with my particular hotel, and at the time, the Allstate Corporation was one of those companies. One day, I walked into a meeting and I was listening, and I was like, "Oh, I could actually help people and also make money at the same time. This might not be too bad."
Hello.
So I had a meeting with one of the managers, and it was all history. Next thing I knew, I was actually working at the Allstate location in the Sears store in Kennesaw. Because Valerie didn't have a whole lot of money, and at the time, it was not in my best interest to go into business at the time. I needed to accumulate some dollars. So after a couple of years, they invited me to have my own franchise, and I stepped out on faith, and God did the rest.
And 20 plus years later, you are still
I'm
here,
still
rocking
here.
and rolling.
And
Then
what
grew from one location to another, and now you own all this.
what was your drive behind continuing to do this? Because sometimes people get in a phase to where it's actually a phase. And you put 5 years in or 7 years in, but 1989, you continue to do this. There's something there. What is that?
Well, one of the things was I had some very strong mentors in my life, even from the age of when I first started in elementary school. My second, third, and fourth grade teachers, fifth grade, sixth grade teachers, they were more than just instructors. They were mentors. And that word wasn't really popular back in the day. That was just somebody interested in your life.
Right.
You know, and they were more than that. They took me home, and those ladies taught me more than just being a student. They taught me excellence. They told me not to ever give up, not to ever say what you can't do. And it was no excuses with them. They didn't accept excuses. And so from that, my grandparents was very into, you do it. You make it happen. You want something, work for it.
Yeah.
Let me show you how you can get it done.
Hold on. If you want something, do what for it?
Work for it.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to make sure I heard you right.
Yeah, work for it.
Some people out here begging for it.
And no, it's not standing on the corner with your hands out or asking somebody or robbing from someone. If you want something, you can get it, but it's on your time.
Amen.
So that's why I the fear of failure. Oh gosh, just keep trying.
When people see the new Power 1089 and they see Michael and Joy and a new element, some people will think right offhand that, man, look at what they just started. A couple of things that they may not know is that we've been putting this part of the project together for about 16 months or so. But then what they really might not know is that Real Talk with Michael McFadden, this whole vision where we are today, started back in 2009 from the house with a Dell computer
Whoop,
and a
whoop.
cell phone, and we did it. And the thing about it was that we continue to do it, and we're about to hit 10 years now that we've been doing this right here. And like you said, it's the consistency
Yes.
that does it, and the passion and the drive for the why. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, and it's not always going to be good moments.
No,
You're going
not.
to hit brick walls. You're going to fall down. But it's how you get up,
Amen.
how you keep pushing. And that's all about this thing about entrepreneurship. It's not that you know at the end of the day you're going to get paid, you know, or when you're going to get paid.
Or if
if
you're
gonna
gonna get paid.
But
Right.
one day that you know, if you put in the work, some good things are going to happen behind it.
Man, I had
I'm so happy for you guys.
Work.
I had a reality check yesterday when that invoice came for that first rent, dude. Boy.
I'm glad they sent it to you.
No, I copied you on it, by the way.
I was gonna say that must be in that box before.
And then he said, send the bill to the Randolph agency.
Like, we'll just forward this right on over.
Hey, Valerie Randolph.
Shout out to the Randolph agency.
Randolph Agency, the official sponsor of Power 1089 and the station. So the next time you guys come in here and you start seeing the videos, it will be the Randolph Agency.
Yes, sir.
Because that's what they do. They continue. Go ahead,
She's
crying.
so crazy.
Tito, get us some tissue.
Tito.
Intern! You remember that Eddie Murphy? Look, Mo. Hey, we love Mo. Hey, we come
Okay,
back.
what you need?
We got some people we gonna holler at in the building. It's Michael and Joy.
Hey,
Michael and Joy.
Oh, but yeah, I really, really am. You know, when I first heard about you guys wanting to do this, I just got really, really excited. When you know somebody and you listen to the vision and then you see the vision implemented, it's like, I know him.
Helena. Helena.
And then when we
B-O.
expanded 2 or 3 or 4.
Oh, Helen. Okay. Yeah. Bohana Marketing. This is.
You just
Or you can,
No, I just want to make sure that this is it.
Yep, that's what my,
Okay.
yeah, that's
I just want to make sure I'm tagging.
And then, Marcia is MARCIA.
I have her, but okay, there she is. I saw you the other day, but sometimes you can't tag people if y'all aren't friends. You know what I mean?
Another agency.
Just wanted to make sure
Where's
that
that location?
I
I
tagged
said,
you. But I'm gonna send the
inside of this.
YouTube
I
video
just
as
brought
well
the
too.
clients.
Oh, yeah.
Right. I didn't put that on the
Yeah,
space.
right.
We have internet.
Yeah, about that.
Hey,
Joe, I got your
Priscilla.
one today. That's all right, because you updating the social media. It's good.
Hi, Hippolito. How you doing?
I want to do
You got
them.
a lot of stuff to do. Right?
No, I don't. Give it back.
Michael and Joy in the morning. MichaelandJoy.com. Shout out to Alexia. Alexia, you asked Alexia what chemtrails are, and you'll be surprised what she might say. Y'all know what chemtrails are? Y'all heard that back in the day? Marcia, right?
Don't nobody know about
Marcia.
no chemtrails.
Well, chemtrails is if you ever notice the jets flying over and that smoke that comes from the back of the jet. If you ever read theories about the conspiracy behind the chemtrails, well, just ask Alexia, because the voice assistants has been spouting that the government conspiracy theory is an explanation for the condensation trail. Now, if you ask Alexia, hey, what are chemtrails? She will say chemtrails are left by aircraft that are actually chemical or biological agents deliberately sprayed at high altitudes for a purpose undisclosed to the general public in clandestine programs directed by government officials.
That's a lot of words.
Yeah,
I'm about to say,
so
we
basically,
good.
they've been spraying these chemicals on us for so long. Y'all remember as kids, we've been looking up in the sky like, ooh, it's leaving a trail. You
yeah,
taking
a
in
hot
Ebola. Salmonella. Wonder why you got the measles and the mumps. Well, Amazon says that it's taking steps to fix the issue since the error was first discovered by the website Mashable. You know what I've been wondering too? Why nobody ever get chicken pox no more?
You know, because we got tired of putting them red dots on people's skin.
No chicken
Put
pox.
that mark- that marker.
Disappeared. Marcia is in
No,
the
we lost
building.
chicken pox and picked up AIDS.
Good morning.
Good morning, good morning.
How are you today?
Wonderful.
Thank you for waking up with Michael and Joy.
It's a pleasure.
Did you enjoy our lobby out there? I know it's a little, we overdid it a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
But just
Yeah.
for you,
I
just
saw
for
you,
you.
I had little things that you could have continued to do. Like coffee out there, and while we were sitting there, we could have used some hot coffee.
There's a coffee machine over there. Yeah. We gotta pull out your debit card.
How about it? See about that coffee machine.
Beautiful.
Well, thank you. Tell us a little
Thank
bit
you
about
so very
yourself.
much.
About myself, where do I start?
It was back in 1970.
No, can't go back that far, not that far. I am Marcia Fisher, it's just who I am. Author, motivational speaker, community advocate.
Okay.
I have termed myself as a voice for the voiceless.
That's good. That's good.
Because what I've been writing about, talking about, advocating about, it has been such a silent, almost disgraceful thing to talk about. And so I have taken, one person called me brave. I said, no, I'm not brave, I'm probably just crazy. But crazy sometimes lead you to do some things.
Amen.
Really.
So that's all I can say about myself for now.
There you go. How
A
did the journey
voice for the
start with
voiceless.
you
Love it.
as a speaker and author? How did that start?
It started by me since a child,
Mm-hmm.
writing about my experiences, just writing to relieve some of the pain, writing it down, putting it down on paper. And in 2006, maybe 2005, I finally started to actually write.
Okay.
And that is what saved my life. It was actually my salvation.
Got you.
To
Now,
get it out of my head.
The accent that I'm hearing sounds like North Dakota.
Yeah, right.
No.
It was an accident, more of incidents.
Well, congratulations to you. What are you working on now as far as projects that you're working on now?
I just released the second part of the Odyssey series, The Long Wandering. The first book is called The Odyssey of Survival, and it talks about being raped at the age of 12 by my godfather, who was a powerful government official, and not just being raped once, it continued for years. But the most insidious part of it all is that it was at the consent of my mother, who was right there, stood right outside the door while the he was 60 years old, raped her 12-year-old daughter, paid her, and it turned out that I pretty much just sold to my godfather as a sex slave, 12 years old.
Wow. Wow.
And the
I was
word
gonna
you
say,
used,
how
he
do
was
you
a
come
powerful official.
Yes.
And we've been hearing the Me Too movement with all of
Exactly.
these men with
Yeah.
power
Yes.
to control their victims.
Yes.
And are we putting too much onus on giving people powers, like in the movie industry or political industry or whatever industry it is, to make them feel as if this power gives them the right to do whatever they want to?
Yes. We look up to them, we almost make them gods.
Yeah.
And
Some
they're
people do
infallible.
actually.
They can do no wrong. And when they step out and they hurt young children, those of us who are voiceless, or those people who just feel that there's nothing they can do, the thing is, what do we do? There is no one we can tell. People have asked, well, why didn't you say something? We see it. Who can you tell?
Yeah.
At 12 years old, even 13, 14, 15, when I say powerful, my godfather was the Deputy Prime Minister of the island of Jamaica. Who am I going to tell that this man continuously rapes me? Nobody, I can't go to the police. Absolutely not. They're all in his pocket. I can't tell my mother. She's the one that started it. She's the one that can helps him to continue it. And so you just learn to survive.
Super powerful message.
I was gonna say, so when you mentioned the fact that your mom allowed it, did she allow it because she wanted to, or she allowed it because of his power and she couldn't do anything as well too?
That is something we have never understood.
Okay.
I've never understood how my mother, a poor woman in Jamaica, became affiliated with such a powerful man. At the time he was mayor of the parish in which we lived. And it just continued. And I think she continued it because she got paid.
Right.
Okay.
Handsomely paid.
And when you're poor and you're trying to take care of a family, it's almost as if your back is up against the wall.
Against the wall, yes.
Right.
Have you and your mom, I know you probably speak about it in the book, but getting a sneak peek, have you and your mom, have y'all reconciled?
She has been gone since 2008, and before she died, we tried.
Okay.
But she was in such denial that no matter what we did, tried talking to her and tried to make peace, she would not admit to what she had done. And so what I've done is forgiven her.
Amen.
Learn to love her and forgiven her, because I cannot continue to live with him.
Did that
because
stick
it only
in
makes
you
it worse.
when you held it in for so long and finally to let it out to say, you know what, I forgive you. I'm
Absolutely.
good.
It was my healing began when I finally said, okay, let me give this up. Because I came to realize that for me to be forgiven of my sins, I first have to forgive.
That's
I had to
good.
step out.
Man, let me just go on.
Go on, say it, Michael.
Man, man, I know you can hear me. You up in DC listening to the show. That little $40 I gave you, and you ain't paid me back in 1987. I've been holding that against you this whole time. I just listened to the story, Marcia, and you know what? I forgive you, bruh. You know what I'm saying?
$40.
$40.
$40. Right.
Yeah,
I was gonna say, well, I appreciate that, Michael. Thank you for your honesty and your transparency. I'm still gonna call Constance, and actually, the classes start on the 17th. The adult version, the adult one starts at 7:30.
We come back and we'll talk more. It's about to enjoy the morning.
Wake
up!
Well, I tell you,
Gonna say, so
this has been a powerful morning.
When she ain't getting up, don't nobody want to get done.
Look, I'm about to get it.
I was gonna say, I do want to ask, when you were writing the book, did it like?
Come on, me,
Oh,
Mo.
I was flat out crying for days and weeks at a time.
Yeah.
It was very, very hard.
Mo, you want me to go live on your?
I still can't.
I can put it right here while it's charging.
I'm just
Can you,
speechless.
sorry,
I am.
Can you
change it?
Huh?
You want to put me the right account?
You do it, and then I'll just put it up here when you're ready.
Slide.
I'm sorry.
Slide.
Valerie,
Oh,
slide
I'm
to
still,
the
I'm reeling in her story.
You
You know,
ask.
good? You good?
because
Y'all doing.
Okay.
She was like, yeah, you got it.
to have a child, to have to go through that and know that you always look to your parents to be your protectors, and then you ask yourself why over and over and over again.
And I write about that in the book. I say why. I started by saying why. If my mother didn't love me, why? How can anybody else? Because how could this possibly have happened?
Oh my gosh.
But you know, I noticed that when I had went to Liberia, that a lot of times the mothers even give their children up for adoption to other families because, you know, they know that they can't really provide for them, you know, the way that they feel like they should. But I've also noticed that when they give them up, it's almost like the girls are like slaves. You know what I mean? They live in a different house. They don't live in the main house with the family. So it's not necessarily a family. Every time I needed something, it was just like, oh, well, such and such, go get it for her. And I was like,
You're treated as chattel.
yeah, it was odd.
Michael and Joy in the morning. MichaelandJoy.com. So I stayed up super duper late last night. So as we are putting Power 1089 together, I am having to learn the tricks in the trade of the radio business. Marcia, right?
Yes.
Marcia, because normally Joy and I would sit on the opposite side. We had an engineer to do all of the engineering stuff for us. So all we had to do is come up and do a show.
I was gonna say all I did was show up.
Yeah, that's all she did was show up. Yeah, that's what she did. So last night, Joy, you're gonna be super duper proud of me because now I started uploading the station, and I want you guys to hear what I came up with as we're putting Power 1089 together.
Dun dun dun. Yay! Thank you, brother.
Yeah, shout dangerous on them boys now if I could just learn to clean it up.
Hey.
Take all that extra sound.
Look, thank you, brother.
And then I know, right? And I hit myself in the face with this pen. Do I have a mobile?
You do.
I do.
Just like the chicken pot.
Did I do
You
it?
got freckles like me.
I got a Valerie Randolph freckle.
Nah,
Hey,
Mo, you got all that.
Mo, I'm gonna give you my mic for the next 73 seconds.
Okay.
64
Mo's like,
seconds.
we can still hear.
Mo, you got some new projects out,
I
right?
was gonna say, and some
Tell us about it.
Okay, so hey everyone, my name is Mo.
she's so cute.
Hey girl. I'm the intern here as well.
Yes,
I do a
ma'am.
lot of things. So I'm a musician. I'm also a blogger. I love to inspire people. So my products that I have out is my CD, which is called, can you pass that please, Joy?
Yes,
It's called, now I want to show people watching live. It's called The Music in Me Volume 1 Free.
I love
It
it.
came out, well, a couple of years ago, but I'm working on some new music. So that's my CD.
Amen.
You can catch me on YouTube, Instagram, everywhere.
I love that.
MoAdiah is my name.
MoAdiah!
Shout out
And then
to
the
you,
next one.
sweetie.
And then this is something I worked on a few years ago with some friends. It's Bible-based positive confessions, and it just has different sort of tracks which are scriptures, so on divine health, on identity in Christ, all of that. So I love to inspire people, so this is something else you can get. It's on iTunes, digital platforms, etc. So download it, be inspired, have a great life, live your life to the full.
Live your life.
Mo, we had a powerful show today with some super duper inspiring guests today, and we want to thank you for coming by too. Any words of wisdom for our listeners before we go?
Okay, so my new sort of ethos to life is I always view life thinking about what I'm here to do, and not worry about like what people think or circumstances, etc. So I want to encourage you to have the same mindset of thinking about you have a mandate to do what you need to do, and you have one person to answer to, not everybody else. So that's your accountability. Don't get stuck with what everyone thinks or the limitations, etc. And speak life into situations in your life. Even if you don't see it working out, speak life into it and it will work out.
What's that website?
Many. So my music website is www.moadiahmusic.com. My sort of inspirational website is www.adiahtalks.com. I also do a lot with trying to promote other people's music, and that's adiahmusic.com, so you can check that all out.
Thank you, sister.
Thank you.
All right, give my mic back.
I want it. I love it.
Shout out to you, Adia. Shout out to Embassy Church, where we met this weekend at the Create 18 conference.
Shout out to you, Miss Marcia. One of the things that I learned from you is forgiveness. For me, that's what my whole day is going to be about, forgiveness today. But some best advice that you can leave our listeners with that may be going through the similar thing, the same thing that you had to go through, or even just in a challenging state of their life. What advice could you give them?
It's a hard world out there. But my thing is bloom wherever you're planted, meaning wherever you are in life, whatever situation, you know that the most beautiful flowers bloom in the murkiest of water. Just live on purpose. Do whatever you are there to do. Might not be where you want to be at the time, but guess what? You will get there. Never stop moving. Keep moving forward. Every day you just get up, you thank God that you're awake, you're alive, you put one foot in front of the other, and you get up there and do the absolute best that you can.
Well, I tell you what,
Bloom
such an
where you are
inspiration
planted.
today. We got to have you back on the
Marcia.
show. I know your Snapchat be jumping. What's your Snapchat?
Don't have
Oh,
She
okay.
was like, oh,
But you can tell us about the
don't play with me
website.
no more.
my PR person here, she says, Marcia, you need to do more than Facebook.
I was like, that's what you there for. That's not out to Helen.
Look, she like, what's your Instagram name? I just go to my Facebook. Go to my Facebook.
I'm
That's what I'm
saying
talking
it's
about.
actually Marcia Fisher, and the website is revampmylifeministries.com.
Well, congratulations to you. Powerful story. Valerie Randolph, as we wrap this thing up in the Randolph Agency studios now. It'll be official next week once we get everything in here. But you always are here when there are powerful guests. And I guess it's God always, there's no such thing as coincidences. It's just God's way of staying anonymous. And now, all of a sudden, every time you hear, we put a powerful show together. So thank you, our Miss Coincidences.
Wherever you
Bloom
are
wherever you are planted. I was gonna say,
Yes.
live on purpose. And
Right.
Michael, I just wanted to say that I forgive you.
Don't try to do that.
Did you hear him? He says, for today. So catch Michael today for
Oh,
forgiveness.
so
And tomorrow,
It's a whole other day.
A whole different story.
A whole different day.
Back to where we were. Hey, if you're in the streets today and you bump into Shannon Doherty, Ed O'Neill, aka Ed Bundy. No, is it Ed Bundy or Ted Bundy?
It might be. I think it was Ted Bundy.
Al Bundy.
Al Bundy.
Al
Oh!
Bundy.
I'm about
David
to say
Letterman,
Ted Bundy.
Claudia Jordan, or Andy Garcia. Tell those guys happy birthday. As a matter of fact, Andy Garcia is 62 years old. That's what I want to look like when I'm 62
Happy
years old.
birthday, Kathy. I
Hey,
love
tomorrow
you.
is Friday.
Amen.
We're going to do the same thing tomorrow. Congratulations. Shout out to all of our guests. If you missed any of today's show, all you got to do is go to the website, michaelandjoy.com, or visit the website, power1089.com. And update it.
Elam, you're up next.
Michael and Joy in the morning. Wake up. Let's go.
About that. Happy birthday, Kathy. Kathy is my cousin. We're going to take a couple photos. Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
No, thank you.
We went to
Well, love everybody that joined me this morning. See us next week. Same time, same space. Love you guys. It's all about leaving a legacy. So don't forget to call the agency about getting your life insurance. Love you much. Yes.
Damn. All right, guys. Have an amazing day. From the top of my head to the soles of my feet, I ask that God watch over you, keep you, protect you, expand your territory and your capacity. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Bye. Shout out to Mo. Hello. Hi, Ivy.
This is my first time here. I left person
Everything.
But
Have a good day.
You seem so moved. I always have one calculator.
Oh, I
There you go.
was.
Thank you.
I remember.